Yo, you guys comment below. These guys are gonna have a field day in the comment section. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna be reviewing a video titled "Why These Black Men Don't Date Black Women."
Yee. Okay.
Why do you think that is? I mean, based on the videos that we've done, we've watched, why do you, can you see why a black man would potentially not date a black woman?
Yeah, like the first thing that comes to mind is like aggressiveness, like being like too aggressive, or maybe like the masculine, like being too masculine. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, I don't know. What about you? What's the first thing that comes to
Well,
mind?
the thing is, it's a catch-22 because black men, typically speaking, are attracted to black women. Like, they like the physical appearance of a black woman, but it's the attitude that I find they can't stand, which is ultimately deterring them from getting married or sticking in the race, right? They're starting to go outside the race, which is not their first choice. Let's get into this video. Let's see why these black men don't date black women, and maybe we'll break down their reasoning as to why.
Yeah.
And then kind of go from there.
It's gonna get heated. I have a feeling there's gonna be a heated conversation, but we'll see.
All right, guys. So here we go. All right, guys. Make sure you don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel, which is ridiculous.
Craziness.
Hustling, putting in this work,
Yeah.
grinding.
Exactly.
5, 6, 8 videos a day.
Yeah. Under these hot lights, you know.
Man.
Subscribe right there.
Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's right here or right here.
Somewhere. Wherever that red button is, you know?
All right, guys, so here we go.
Who are you?
Michelangelo.
Okay, nice to meet you.
How are you?
I've been out with black women or approached black women, and before they even knew me, they said, how many kids you got? How many baby mamas you got? Dating outside my race, I haven't had no issues like that at all.
Okay, and you are?
I'm Coro.
Coro.
I've been practicing abstinence for 3 years. 3 years with no sex. I'm looking for someone that can respect my views on this, someone that can love me for me.
And you are?
Bo.
Bo.
Yeah, I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you, and sometimes you just kind of, stand in a woman's place.
So do you...
All right, so what are your thoughts right off the bat? I mean, you got 3 respectful bachelors, business owner, teacher, capable, single, looking, and ultimately they're being overlooked. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, like I think it sucks to say, but from what I've been gathering from all these videos that we've been watching about modern women and all that kind of stuff, it seems like a lot of them want excitement, and when they see something a little bit too predictable or it seems boring to them, they overlook those kind of guys, like the good guys that are like, you know, just very simple and like easygoing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas the guys that are in jail or the drug dealers or whatever, they have some excitement. There's always something new happening with them and something crazy. So I don't agree with it, obviously, but that's, yeah. So I think it's just, maybe it's the boring thing that that women could be looking at. So.
Yeah, that's true. And I think nowadays modern women are addicted to chaos, dysfunction, and the fact that, you know, they have their stuff together, they work their 9 to 5, they come home, they go to bed early, they wake up early. Like, that's not enough excitement for them. But let's go ahead and continue. Let's see how she addresses it, because apparently she's supposed to be, I guess, giving them advice as to, you know, how to date black women, I'm assuming. But
Oh yeah? Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You have any idea why you're here?
We share some of the same
Opinions.
About?
Why are black women so angry?
Was your mother angry?
To a certain degree, yes. She had that anger inside of her, but she made sure that she didn't pass it on to me. I see how she handles that, and she gives off that vibe that I get from women here, but when it came to me and how she approached me and taught me about women, she said, don't deal with this.
That's interesting, because as a black mother,
Yeah.
my work was to help my son understand it so that he would know how to stand in it with a black woman.
all right, let's just stop right there. He's saying he doesn't want to deal with angry black women.
Yep.
Her response is, just stand in it. Deal with it. Like, she's supposed to be the expert, right?
I guess.
Like
Yeah.
she's supposed to be the expert because they're coming to her for advice. And this is why a man should never, like, no disrespect, but this is why a man should never go to a woman for dating advice, because you're gonna get answers like this. And another side note, he's like, yeah, I don't like angry black women. And her response was your mom angry? Like, what does that have to do with what he just said?
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts?
Oh god. Okay, so I guess it sucks to say, obviously, but I know a lot of like black girls that I know and I've seen online and stuff like that. They do have attitude sometimes, you know what I mean? And that's not even me trying to put shade on anybody. It's just that's kind of what I've seen just in my own experiences. So I do know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And like it's tough. It's tough. I'll tell you that. So I don't know how to give them advice because I'm just like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't have to deal with like dating an angry girl, like in general. It doesn't matter if she's black, Indian, white, whatever, you know? Because that's not something you want to add to your life. You don't want to add like any like anger or you know what I mean? Like you don't want to add that to your life.
You don't want to add dysfunction. You want to have peace.
Yeah.
If these guys, you know, business owner, teacher, working 10, 12 hours a day, you want to come home to peace and tranquility, right? You don't want to come to an argument when you get home and then ultimately, you know what I mean? Like it's just annoying, right? But anyways, let's go ahead and continue. Let's see what else she has to say.
Why are you here?
My situation's a little bit different because I traveled a lot when I was a kid. Very talented, very gifted musically. So because of that, when I came back to my neighborhood, when I was dealing with certain black women, you're different. You talk funny. You dress funny. The music you listen to is funny. I don't like being because I had flip-flops on or I had a turtleneck on. The problem I'm having is just because you're my culture and you're black, you don't get a pass. All the women in my family, I got a side of cousins that made me feel weird about that.
How can anybody make you feel anything? You get to choose how you feel.
You don't know that when you're kids, it's a psychological imprint.
What does that have to do with today?
Now,
oh my gosh.
That doesn't make any sense, especially when you're a kid and you're impressionable and you know what I mean? You have your family members, like, you're young, you don't know anything, right? So, of course, they're gonna make you feel a certain type of way. When you're older, you develop more of, like, your own thinking skills and, like, you can think for yourself. So,
well, you're a kid. I mean, you're a fucking kid. Like, you don't know right from wrong.
Yeah.
And if you have a family, you're looking up to your family for guidance. And if your family is making fun of you and why do you talk different and you know you're into different things, you play different music, as a kid, that's gonna have a negative impact on you, right? Because you're gonna feel like there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Even for me growing up, like I was into hockey. I loved watching hockey. I loved playing hockey. I was convinced I was gonna be in the NHL, right? So even for that dynamic for myself growing up, you know, I was a little bit of an outcast because everyone was into like basketball, things of that nature. So I understand what he's saying. Like it has a negative impact on you. And for her to kind of dismiss that and say, what does that have to do with today? Like it has everything to do with today.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make any sense. And again, she's supposed to be the expert. She's supposed to be directing these guys to ultimately find that woman, right? That black woman.
No, but you know what's happening though? And I've also had the same experience when I was younger. Like my cousins would always be like, "You're an Oreo," like you know what I mean? Like it's just because I always was well spoken. But we all have those childhood experiences, so she should acknowledge that more. But again, like she said, she's teaching her son this is just what she's teaching her son and putting it onto them. Yeah. Right? So it's not to say that it's right or wrong. It's just what she knows. She's trying to tell them like, hey, it is what it is, so you might as well conform to it. So
yeah, but that's a wrong message.
Bad. Yeah.
Because you're basically telling the guy, just deal with it. She's a woman, deal with it. It is what it is.
She's angry. You're gonna have an angry family.
Right, but you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to deal with it. Like life is supposed to be enjoyable. You know what I mean?
Ideally, yes.
Like you want to have an enjoyable life with a partner and sail off into the sunset. Like life shouldn't be a tug of war. Like you're tugging and warring at work, and then you got to come home and have a tug of war at home.
Yeah.
Like, where's the break? You know what I mean? Where's the separation? But let's go ahead and continue. Let's see what else she has to say.
Okay.
With a black woman, I have this in my mind before I even talk to you, she's gonna think I'm weird. And that bothered me a lot.
When I went to junior high school, I got bussed from Ocean Hill, Brownsville to Flatbush, and they spit on me and called me a. They spit on me. And I was 13. And these were adults, not the children. So my point is this, that don't have nothing to do with who I am today. What is your experience?
A lot of black women, they don't want to talk to me. Some of them don't want to talk to me. Some of them don't want to talk to me because, number one, I'm a God-fearing man. I don't believe, like right now, I'm practicing abstinence. I'm not having any sex whatsoever.
Why you ain't in the church?
I am in the church. I'm gonna tell you about the church women. If you don't have a collar, they don't want to talk to you. I'm be straight up.
But
if you don't have a collar, they
do
don't
you
want to
know
talk
what
to
the
you.
collar represents, though?
I guess it's purity or, you know, leadership or, I don't know, a divine.
How about power?
Yeah.
How about power? That's what it represents.
Okay.
Where is this conversation heading?
Where's the logical sound advice here? She's just saying, have a collar, and you know what I mean? Like,
I don't get
like
this.
what is this?
Like,
yo, you guys comment below. These guys are gonna have a field day in the comment section.
yo, like this is really like I'm really stunned by how she's trying to talk to these guys.
These guys
like,
are pouring out their soul,
This is hard to talk about. Like
and she's just like, have a collar. What does your past have to do with you as a person today? Like, she's just dismissing everything.
I'm just like,
And could you imagine if this was a woman in tears? It's okay, sis. I got you. This, you know what I mean? Like, it would be a different conversation if this was a panel of women.
I'm really trying to think about, like, if I was in her position, what would I be telling the guys? You know what I mean? And for one, for the guy that's saying he's God-fearing and it's hard to find women that are like that, from what I hear, a lot of women in church are over here being like, I'm celibate and I'm trying to find a man that wants to like be serious about marriage and all that kind of stuff. So maybe he's just not looking in the right places, possibly. So maybe giving him advice of like, maybe, you know, go,
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't have to be in church, obviously, but I think acknowledging the fact that like it is hard and acknowledging there are women who, you know,
Like, there's no
how am I trying to say this?
there's
Like,
no sympathy here.
yeah.
It's just stone cold, put up with it. And the thing about the black church has a lot of politics in it. There's a lot of politics in the black church. And what's happening today is in the black church, a lot of men, black men specifically, are leaving the church because the church is kind of tailored to a woman. Like, the church today is pandering to a woman. And if you read the Bible, it's the most RP book ever. Like, it's more RP than Alpha Male Strategies, than AMS, right?
Okay.
Because it goes God, Christ, man, woman, child. In the Bible specifically, it says explicitly that a woman is underneath a man, period. And they're not really teaching that dynamic in the church today.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, let's go ahead and wrap up this video. Let's see what else she has to say.
But let me tell you why I've called you here today. I've invited you here because my intention is to dismantle the myth of the angry black woman. I believe it's a myth. As a black woman, I believe it's a myth. I invited you here for a mixer tonight, just to be with some women, all kinds of women, all ages of women. We all have a story, we all have an experience, and we all get to choose. Tonight you get to choose how you're gonna experience these women. But I do also wanna thank you for being here. Thank you for being a demonstration, because I know there are hundreds of thousands of black men, all ages, who've had these experiences, and I believe and it's my intention for us to heal.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end this video. What are your final thoughts?
Well, I guess it's good that there was a mixer to show that there's different types of Black women, that like there are, like, it's not a myth. There are Black women who are just always aggressive, who are always angry. There are those types of women. But guess what? There's also really sweet women, really like family orientated, like who want, like, let's say God-fearing woman, or if it's one that will accept you for everything, like for who you are as a person, like the guy with how he's saying he was concerned about how he was perceived by his family. There's a lot of women out here. I think it's important to, I guess it's important to just kind of like go to different areas maybe. Like, I don't know where they're going to find these women, right? If you're going to the club, like, might not be the best place, but if you're going to the library, or if you're going to different like functions or events and things like that, then you can meet more diverse groups of people. So I don't know. It's just keep an open perspective. Maybe not every woman is going to be angry and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, look at me. I'm pretty like positive, I would say. Yeah. And I'm Black, so it's not, you know what I mean? I'm not alone. I know there's other women like me. So.
Well, I mean, I'll say this, right? When I was single, it was rough. It was rough. Like.
Do you agree with what they're saying, by the way? Like.
With the guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
It's rough.
Yeah.
To find a fit, feminine, friendly, young Black woman, it's like a needle in a haystack. And that's why these guys are subscribed to us, because this dynamic is so scarce today in modern times, because today women are taught to be free, independent, liberal, do your thing, it's okay, sis, have OnlyFans, and there's no consequences, right? And we live in a world with validation and, you know, swipe culture, so it's so easy to discard a man and find a new one, because there's going to be another one waiting right there. So they have this mentality, modern women, where men ain't, right? Because I can just find a new one. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.